Alright YouTube, so I'm going to bring you a review today. I did one of these not too long ago on a very similar truck. The previous truck was a 2011 model year truck. This one is a 2014 International Durastar. I think it's previously known as the 4300, but it's known as the Durastar now. This is just your normal Penske truck. A lot of people buy these aftermarket. After Penske sells them out and uses them, and so I just give them a little rundown. So if you're shopping for a 2014, odds are it's going to have very similar features to this truck. So yeah, a little side here. This one's kind of beat up, but that's okay. Let's first start off by saying this is not a liftgate truck. It is a ramp truck, so there's no liftgate. Big, huge ramp that slides out the back. I'll probably demonstrate that here in a second. But if you're renting one of these, this is what's considered a 26-foot truck. Make sure if you want a liftgate, you specify that. Alright, so I think the first order of business here is, we'll start at the beginning, pop the hood. You've got two big latches here that sort of come undone like that. Now this Durastar chassis has been used in a number of different applications throughout. The hood is really simple to open. You can open it with one finger. It's pretty much spring-loaded. Pop it open like that. Alright, then you see the engine. This is hydraulic brakes, sort of the cheaper option, and I guess a little bit more compliant option for non-CDL drivers. You got your coolant, steering box. That's probably going to be your power steering fluid. Yep, this is going to be your oil. These twist and pull. You got a super long dipstick in there. Tranny fluid, it's right here. And brake fluid on this side. That's only if you're a hydraulic truck. Now, this is the MaxxForce DT, also known as the DT466. The DT466 is the older version without the EGR. This one's got EGR on it. It is twin turbo. You can see, I don't know if you guys can see in there, but there's two turbos in there. Pretty easy. Putting the hood back is really simple. All you have to do is give it a big push like that, and it pretty much brings itself back down like such. And just clips in. Got a big front bumper. It's really solid. Not going to go anywhere. I think the front clip on this truck is a little bit smaller than the 2011. I think it's probably a few inches maybe shorter. The front of the truck is running on Goodyear G662 RSA. I think that's pretty standard. Honestly, they kind of look like retreads, but I really don't think Penske would put retreads on the front of a truck. Working our way back, there's the passenger side here. Kind of plain Jane. There's no fuel tank on this side. It's just steps, a battery. Down under here, you can see your exhaust treatment system. You got the catalytic converter, the DPF, and like the 8 or 9 inch exhaust pipe there, a humongous thing. I guess it's to dissipate heat. There's your drive shaft here that goes all the way through here. You got your rear duals, which are Continental HD R2s. Not sure why they use different treads than the front, but it does have a very aggressive tire tread on it. Looks like it it's not really a full, it's pretty much all season tire, I guess, ain't it? They're 22.5s, both front and rear. Mud flap, this is leaf spring. I'll get down underneath the truck here. You can see the size of that rear differential is pretty huge, and you can see the disc brakes over there, the hydraulic disc brakes this truck has. So again, working our way back, and pop the rear here. Climb up it, and just your standard truck box here. It doesn't have the E-Track system. It's I like this stuff better than the E-Track because it's just a lot more simple. You don't need proprietary connections to hook things up. But it's 26 foot. You can fit quite a bit of stuff in here, or if you don't want to tear down all your stuff in your house, you can slide it in here. It does have lights if you're going to work in at night, LED lights. It's kind of cool. There's some. This is a Supreme body. Got a rear ramp. That ramp probably extends out to here, so it's really light. One person can do it, and it doesn't fall to the ground. It stays held up. A hitch with a 4-pin light connection. This truck's registered in Indiana. LEDs all the way around the truck, which is nice, and grab handle on one side over there. Same tire tread on the this side. Continental. Big old mud flap. Same looking stuff. A little bit of rust. This truck just came from Colorado Springs. There's some better view of this. Penske likes to paint these because if you look underneath, it's not painted. So that's something to keep out for. And there's Supreme Corporation. Got the driver's side of the truck, and it has one 50-gallon fuel tank, which probably gets you, I don't know, a couple 100 miles down the road at least. Now this truck is governed. It's governed to, well, it's kind of got two govern settings. It will go past 70. It'll go about 74, 73 miles an hour top speed, but it will only let you cruise control up to 70, if that makes sense. So you can cruise control at 70, but you can't cruise control at 74. I'm guessing that's some kind of safety thing to allow you to pass other vehicles and whatnot. Same tread front up here. Tire pressure. Like I said, it is diesel. It's got one smaller mirror right here, which I use most of the time. This one doesn't really come in handy unless you're backing up. Up in the cab here, you can see the truck information. It says the date of manufacture is 2013, but it's a 2014 on the registration. And then maybe this truck's made in Illinois. Let's see the information on that. And some other things. Alright, to get in the truck, you got two normal steps here. There's a grab handle here, and there's a grab handle at the top of this door. And I'll show you this. There's a lock, door handle, and window. Manual windows. Maybe get this too. So date of manufacture is, well, 2013. But I think it's a little different in here. Down here you can see the floor is completely rubberized. Got a fire extinguisher and reflectors over there in case you break down. On this side of the dash here you have your lights. That's your parking lights. That's your headlights. And your panel brightness here. Something that the 2011 had, but this truck does not, is the lamp check feature. This one does not have it. It would have been right here. And you got a vent on this side. Coming up here, looking at this, you got a cruise control and cruise control main and cruise control set. On the right side, now this is something the other truck didn't have, and this is disable 6th gear. That would be if you want to, if you're climbing up a hill and it's keep on switching between, you know, 6th gear and 5th gear. I don't even know if this truck has a 6th gear. Let's see here. I'm not sure if it does or not. It's probably overdrive in this truck. Now something I really like about this truck that the 2011 didn't have is the 2011 had a Eaton Fuller, I think it was, Automan. So it's sort of like a manual transmission designed to shift itself. It was really sluggish, really annoying, really jerky, uncomfortable ride. Not very good. This truck has an Allison 2000 series transmission, which is noticeably better, much better. I'm not really sure how it does on fuel just yet, but I'm probably getting about 10-11 miles per gallon driving city here. Got your blinkers. This is your windshield wipers, just normal spray you push in. The brights on this are kind of weird. To turn the brights on, you just pull it up. To turn the brights off, you pull it up again. Key switches on the right side here. Air conditioning works wonderful. It was 107 outside the other day, and it was refrigerated in here. Really nice, good air conditioning. The radio works very well. No complaints about that. It's got a nice USB port and auxiliary in and DVD player. So that's something you're looking for on a long trip. This truck has it. Parked regen. That's for your diesel exhaust filter. Probably won't have to worry about that too much if you're on the highway as much as this truck is. Got little storage pockets up here just like the 2011 did. A CB radio holder right here, just a fill-in spot. More pockets up here. The previous driver left some Colorado maps. A big empty space here, probably where a GPS would sit. 2 power outlets, which is nice. This is where your air brake and trailer brakes would go. 2 cup holders here. And there's kind of a cup holder down here. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of a small one, maybe just a little junk tray. Behind you, well, on this truck it says insurance card and stuff, but there's a glass window behind you. A coat hanger, and this is a vinyl bench seat. It can fit 3 people. It wouldn't be very comfortable unless you're tall. I can show you. This seat slides back. Well, it should slide back. It's supposed to slide back, but it's kind of sticky. But it slides back. Might give you a little bit more room. But you can. One person there is fine and comfortable, but one person here is a little bit uncomfortable. This goes down when you're driving, so that's out of the way. But this little space right here is not very adequate for a middle person. I think that's why they switched to the air brake system, so then you can have this seat right here. Up here on the door side here, you got just your main window. It's manual crank. Your smoker window, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know the proper name for this, but it's there. It's kind of nice. Kind of vents it out a little bit. That just flips around like that. The truck is pretty high off the ground. The newer trucks are even higher. So we'll do a little start up here. If you turn the truck this way, it's in accessory mode. That doesn't really do much. But you can see this truck has 123,777 miles, which is almost at the end of its life here with this company. But we'll go ahead and turn it. Let the glow plug, well, intake heater warm up. What you're hearing is the brake booster pumping up the brakes. This truck does have idle shutdown. It shuts it off like after 5 minutes of idling. Not really sure why. It's really annoying. We're gonna have a long, this is the light I'm waiting for right here, and it's just turned off, so well. Give her a little cold start there. Pop the hood again for you guys. This does not have your normal clutch fan type engine fan. It has one of those, like, one that controls it through how much hot air goes through the radiator. It's not like a Cummins. Must have got it caught over here. Yep, there it is. This thing really sounds like a big truck. Shut her off. You gotta, that easy. You can see this thing, this engine's a little bit rough running, but it starts up pretty quick. Sounds like it has some kind of knock, which I guess that's just a normal diesel thing. You guys can actually hear the turbo spooling down still, which is kind of cool. This DT is rated to 215 horsepower, which is, I think, a little bit more than the 2011 was rated for. So that's nice. It has a little bit more boost. So the most notable thing about this one compared to the other one is that it has that Allison 2000, which is like a night and day difference for me, at least, in the acceleration of this truck. Otherwise it'd be really, really slow, which it was. But yeah, overall, Penske is definitely who you'd want to go for if you're moving somewhere. They give you pretty decent trucks. Or if you got to do little stuff, you know, move some stuff around, or even need like a lift or something to lift something up. Penske, these trucks are significantly better than the U-Haul trucks. U-Haul uses like the GMC, larger GMC chassis, and I think the F650, F750s now, but they're gas, so you get horrible mileage. Horrible mileage. Just comes out 10, 11, 12 miles per gallon, just depending on how much you're pushing it. It does have an econ button on the shifter. If you do that, I'm not really sure exactly how much of a difference it makes, but I think I drove about 100 miles and used a quarter of a tank. That's all city driving though, so maybe it is a little harder. But yep, this 215 horsepower, I think 560 foot-pounds of torque. So that's where it makes up for the lack in horsepower. It just demolish in torque here. Jump under here, you can see the transmission and whatnot. Power plant. But alright, you guys, hopefully you enjoyed this review. Got to see some good engine footage. If you haven't seen the 2011 video of this truck yet, go ahead and check that out. It's a different truck, but pretty similar. Looks exactly alike. But thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Thanks.